welcome back to the DDK CAD Technology Systems ongoing demonstration of the composite panel builder. And what we're going to talk about right now is the grain arrow or fixed grain. How that works and all that kind of neat stuff. So as you can see up here in our toolbar, we have a grain arrow and uh, and it's for your different things. So I always recommend just add multi-grain arrow. That way you can do all of them at the same time. So instead of doing one potato, two potato, you can just do add multiple grain. And as you can see, we have an 85 height on this. So there's no way that that's going to fit, on a 40 or 62 inch wide piece of aluminum. So this is going to have to go north and south. So what we're going to do is just window them all. I'm just do a crossing window through them all, and then hit return. It says horizontal, vertical, vertical, of course. So all the panels are taken care of. Now this forces the grain arrow forces the panel to actually be drawn in the orientation of the CNC grain, the way the sheet is fitting on the CNC machine. Plus, what it does too, any of the smaller panels, I think there's a couple of small panels right in here. It locks them in place so that when you optimize these sheets or the panels to get the best fit, smaller panels like this don't rotate 90 degrees to get a better yield. So it kind of forces them to stay in this orientation. So let's see what we got. Let's go ahead and draw. Let's go ahead and draw half of these panels. So we're going to go into our draw flat panel. Select just a group of panels. We'll select the bottom group here. We'll go up to there. And so there they are. There's our properties of our drawing. I'm just going to leave them the way they are. I'm going to highlight those and go ahead and say draw. And so down in our draw flat panel work zone, it's going to start laying out these panels. And sometimes it's just the way AutoCAD is. So that little panel that turns sideways like that, that's because the grain is going north and south, and that forced the panel to be drawn in that direction. You can always go back and modify individual grains and stuff like that. And it looks like one of the panels is kind of like screwed up, so we'll ignore that right now. Some of the panels are oversized based on what sheet size we picked in our setup. So this one right here says it's 131 inches wide by unfolded it's 75. So right off the bat, right off the bat, the designer made a mistake because he's not seeing that. So that's one of the things about the program. It'll automatically show your lacks of detail. So right here, this is one of those outside corner panels, and it says, hey, it would have been okay if the grain was going this way. However, it's still too long to do it that way. So this needs to be revisited because um, it's not valid. That's why you've got these oversizes right here. And I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's how the grain works. You just assign it, and let's see if we can move this panel out of here. We have this move command right here that gets all the components of a particular panel, and then you could just pick a point and just move it. So it gets rid of the cluster. It's like the group utility in AutoCAD, but it's meant for anything with the same panel tag gets grouped over. Okay, so these panels, the grain is going left to right, and it's an outside corner, so it's 175 inches tall, and that's a bad one. So because it needs to really be going horizontal. So that S125 is even though it looks right, it's not because this is the way it's going to sit on the CNC, and 75 is too wide. So how you would adjust that, and I think we got, no, this one actually fit in there, so that one would be okay. However, SO1, what we would do is we'd come in here and delete the grain arrow, especially on this one here. We'll delete the grain arrow on that and lock them in. So just come into your grain arrow, click on it and say delete the grain, and then we just cross through these panels, and then we're just going to make them horizontal, and then that way we can just add multi-grain and go back through these panels and horizontal. So that should fix this one big panel right there. Now these corner panels that are actually going around the corner right here, it's going loop-de-loop, that needs to be addressed in the design. So either either it needs to break here or somewhere in this neighborhood. It just can't. It's just too wide. So anyway, that's how you do the grain. And whenever you draw the panels, the again, the tall one here will actually flip over sideways, and it would be perfect. Okay, thanks.